This is motorcycle cornering. Now, this is going to be one of my ride along with Dan the Fireman videos, and we're not going to stay in the parking lot. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going down Old Spanish Trail here in Tucson, Arizona. It's about 35 miles an hour throughout the whole thing. Great road, single lane road. And we do have multiple intersections. And what I mean by intersections, I mean cars pulling out of driveways. We have cars pulling out of side streets. So now we have to focus on making sure we stay within our lines. And then we also have to watch out for hazards. But the second deadliest portion for motorcyclists are curves. So we're going to be going over this. There's going to be a few times while I'm riding that I'll be pointing out with my left hand, or I'll be gesturing with my left hand. If you're going to be riding any of these things, keep your hands on the handlebars. The reason why I'm going to be doing that is because I'm going to be pointing out certain aspects, and it makes it a little bit easier when I'm editing also. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to jump into it, and let's watch. So first, before we truly head out, let's take a look at what we're dealing with. We have shade everywhere. It rained a little bit, so quite possibly we might have some oil or debris shifting and moving. So we need to keep that in our mind. So possible loss of traction in some areas. And then also it is about 12:45, so people are coming back from lunch, going to lunch. It's a Sunday, so maybe getting out of church and coming back from lunch. So we're gonna have people wanting to get back home. So here we go. We're gonna go and jump into it. So as you can tell, this is what we have here. We have a double yellow. We have a shoulder on each side for, bicyclists, or for us if we have to. So take a look. If we absolutely had to use this as an escape path, we totally can use this as an escape path, and we have a ton of room. So keep that in mind when it comes to bike paths. So we have lane position 1, 2, and 3 right here, and we have oncoming traffic, like I said, and then we also have right here, we have an intersection. So this is going to be a T intersection. So we're going to have plenty of those, and that's stuff we got to watch out for. Also, while we're riding, watch out for signs. So we have the no passing zone sign. We have an intersection coming up sign. That is a great indication of something's going to be happening. We have this car driver pulling out in front of this person, unsure if that person is slowing down. Because guess what? If they're not slowing down, they see somebody pull out in front of them, the last second, they're going to swerve into what? My lane. So we just passed the sign that it's going to be a left and then a right. So you notice how I'm not using crazy amount of body positioning. We got cars right here, so I'm hyper focused on that. I'm staying in lane position 2. That way, if they do come around, I'm still covered by a buffer zone. If I had to, even with one hand, I can move over to the right. So we got somebody behind us, so I'm going to go ahead and get to speed. I don't want to piss them off a little bit. So 35 at night, 40 during the day. I think that was recently changed, so I'm kind of excited about that. I love this road. So we have blind turns right here. This is called a crest, and it's pretty much blind. We can't see the road until about now, and now we can see the next turn coming up ahead. So we also have an intersection that we got to worry about. You notice, again, like I said, I'm in the middle position, not doing crazy body positioning because we're not going fast enough to really utilize all that. The main focus here is to watch for stuff. So the intersection right here, intersection's clear, so now I'm going to go ahead and accelerate through. So I'm going the speed limit now, once again, but I slowed down before the intersection to probably about 35, and then I just accelerated back up to about, I'm going 41. So that's what you guys can do before an intersection, or before a hazard trap like an intersection, or even before a turn like this. So slow down a little bit, look, press to counter steer, and then roll if you absolutely had to. So we have another intersection coming up, and it says 25 miles per hour. Why? Why does it say that? It's because it's recommended just in case, because that was a blind intersection coming up. So just in case somebody pulled out and decided to go because they couldn't see anybody, it's good for you to go 25 instead of 40 in that situation. But if you have proper skills and you have escape paths, especially to the right on the shoulder, you could be pretty confident in knowing that you could swerve out of the way if possible. But it's always best to prevent the incident than have to react to the incident. So we got another turn coming up ahead. It's about 40 once again, so I'm going 40. And we're going towards a blind turn. You notice how the brush is blocking that car? There you go, the car came out. The brush was blocking that car, so we couldn't see very well. So it's best for you to get yourself in a position. I'm gonna move over to this position so that I have the best view. I'm keeping an eye on this guy too, but I'm also now looking this way. So I have the best view, best line of sight by being more so on the outside. But I personally, like I said, like being in the middle, especially if we're not going crazy fast. Okay, now we got a quick little sharp right, sharp left turn. So it's gonna be a sharp right. That's what the chevrons indicate and that sign indicates. So I'm gonna stay in the middle, and I'm keeping an eye out for anybody coming out of these driveways. There we go. And we got another car coming here, making sure that they're staying within their lanes, because if they're not, I can swerve out of the way and then get back into my line like that easily. So we're gonna keep moving forward. This is still 40. Now we got more signs coming up. It looks like we have a horse crossing possibly, and a lot of people might have horses out here, so I don't know. So let's keep an eye out for that. 30 miles an hour for a right-handed turn. We got chevron. See how it's blind, open. That is very important. If it's blind still, like this turn right here is blind, do not haul ass around that turn until you can see. So your vision dictates if you can go or not go. And if you can't see, do not go. Slow down. So now we have this open, wide view, and we're pretty much done with Old Spanish Trail, but we have this open, wide view. Now I can go. And that's exactly what I'm trying to talk to you guys about. Focus on your vision, your line of sight. If you can't see, don't go. If you can see, go. Ride within the conditions available. You know, if it's a blind turn, ride within that limit of the blind turn or those conditions. Ride within the conditions of if it's raining and you can't see very well and you have loss of traction. Ride within your abilities. So if the conditions dictate, especially if it's raining, because I know a lot of people are scared of the rain, if the conditions dictate that it's going to be outside of your limits, then don't ride. If you're not comfortable riding at night, then don't ride at night. If you're not comfortable riding in the rain, don't ride in the rain. It's as simple as that. Once you get more confident in your riding ability, you're going to realize, oh, rain is not a big deal. Nighttime is not a big deal. Let me try it out. But get yourself comfortable with a lot of these situations here. So that was Old Spanish Trail. Super easy to ride. And if you're in Tucson, I highly recommend it. But if you would like to support the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below me. And then watch these other videos that I handpicked just for you. With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll be seeing you around.